Hello everyone, welcome back to PR Softwares. So now in the previous session, we have discussed the types of CSS. Okay, so once let us revise the quick revision of them, the types of CSS here. Let us take the structure, and here I'm going with one div tag, hello in that. Okay, and here another div tag like this, and here I'll give another text like hi. Okay, so now I'm going with the internal CSS. So how to take the internal CSS? What we need to use? We need to use the style tag, right? We need to use the style tag, and here we need to call the selector, that is div. Okay, and here I'm going with background color. Background color I'm changing it into Indian red. Okay, so now my question is, so I'm applying calling the property div and applying the property background color and giving the value as Indian red. So now tell me, will first div will be getting affected, or second div, or no one will be affected, or both will be affected? That is my question. So let us open it in the browser. What is happening? Both are getting affected here. Okay, both are getting affected. Means what is happening here? Suppose here once let us remove this. Let us save our file again. And here if you see hello. Fine. So now here suppose here I'm giving this. If you see, both of the divs are getting affected with the background color. But what is my requirement now? My requirement is to change the first div only should be getting affected. Okay. But what is happening? I want to use the div tag only. Okay. I want to use the div tag only. So means what we need to do here, we need to use the selectors. Okay, we need to use the selectors. We need to use the selectors. So what are the types of selectors we are having? Let us see. First one is class selector, and okay, we can go with first ID selector first. Okay, and next group selector, and next universal selector. Okay, fine. These are my types of selectors. And here, ID selector, it is used to apply the unique kind of CSS for the HTML elements. Okay, HTML elements. And here it cannot be repeated. Okay, it is called by hashtag. Okay, it is called by hashtag. Like this is the ID selector. So here let us go into this HTML file, and what I'm doing, okay, many of can tell, like here we can use the style tag here only, and we can apply the background color, right? But in this case, what will happen? It is very lengthy process, because to go to each and every individual tag and calling the style attribute and giving the values, it is very lengthy process. Okay, so here this is a thing we need to use, that is ID. Okay, here we need to use, that is ID. ID equals to, I'm giving the ID name as demo. Okay, so what we need to do now, we need to write here demo directly. Let us save and let us refresh. So what will happen? Only the first div will be getting affected with this background color, right? So let us save and let us refresh. But what is happening here? No div is getting affected with the background color. Why? Because what I told in the definition, if you see, sorry, it is called by hashtag. Okay, it is called by hashtag. Means here, before calling this, you need to use a hashtag. By this, we can call the ID selector. Save and refresh like this. Okay, and here this ID name cannot be repeated to the another tag. Okay, because we are using the unique kind of CSS. Okay, we are using what? We are using the unique kind of CSS, and we cannot repeat this ID name also. Okay, we cannot repeat this ID name also. That is all about the ID selector. Fine. So now what is this class selector? Means what, suppose you want here div. So now here what you need to do, again you need to take ID and you need to use another name here, demo1, like this. Okay, we cannot use demo again because we cannot repeat this ID name, remember. Okay, fine. Next, this is all about ID selector, and next is our class selector. So in class selector, it is used to apply the unique kind of CSS here also for the HTML elements, and it can be repeated, means we can repeat the class name, and it can be repeated, it will work, it can be used among dissimilar tags also. Okay, dissimilar tags also we can use, and here it is called by dots. Okay, not comma, it can be called by dot here. Okay, so means the major difference between class selector and ID selector is, see these both are the selectors only. Okay, we use them to select the HTML elements individually. Selector definition, it is we use the selectors to select the HTML elements in the sense of tags. Okay, HTML elements individually. Okay, we select the elements individually. Fine. So class selector, fine. Okay, first we'll see the example of class selector now. Now this is, let us assume in place of demo only I'm taking class. Okay, and here in place of hashtag I'm using the dot. Okay, save and refresh your page, you'll get no difference, right? Then what is the difference? Just in place of ID I'm using class, right? There should be a difference, but here, remember, here again I can use the class demo. Okay, class demo. Now if you see, this both will be getting the same. Okay, so now what is happening? Okay, first div I want the background color should be Indian red. Suppose I'm going with one paragraph tag now after the div. Here I'm taking hello everyone, another text I'm using. Okay, so now what is my requirement? For this paragraph also I want this color only. Okay, so you can write, means you can take a separate class name or separate ID name for paragraph, and again you can use it. Okay, but here you can use the same class name also. Okay, demo you give, save and refresh, see, like this. Okay, means what is happening here, automatically whenever you use the class name, it can be repeated and it will be working among the dissimilar tags. Okay, so what are the dissimilar tags here? If you see, div is a separate tag and paragraph is a separate tag. Okay, paragraph is related to text formatting and div is related to what? Div is related to, it is a block level container. Okay, it is a block level container, like this. Okay, so now group selector, remember maximum we will be using the class selector only. Okay, because in real time we want the same kind of CSS for dissimilar tags, and we should repeat the tags because we cannot write the code repeatedly. Okay, so we will be using the class selector only. Okay, fine. Next is group selector. Group selector is what? It is used to, or you can directly write it is similar to class selector, just one point, and it can be called by, it is called by comma. Okay, so means in class selector what we have seen, it is unique kind of CSS for different tags and it can be repeated, right? In group selector also we will be working with the dissimilar tags and it can be repeated. It is very simple. So now if you see, I'm creating one bold tag also. Okay, not BDO, I want bold here. I'll remove this video tag. Fine. So here HTML I'm giving. Okay. So save and refresh. Okay, HTML is coming now with the bold size. Okay, so what is my requirement? I want this div, this paragraph. I remove the class names. You can use the class name also, no problem. Okay, okay. So here, what is want? I want this background color for this first div. Okay, first div in the sense it will not work because it will be applied for two of them. I'll remove this. If you want to apply them it only for first div, you can go with the class name. Okay. So for this div, this paragraph and this bold tag. Okay. So what are these? These are the three dissimilar tags. So what we can do, we can take a class name and we can call this class name in paragraph in bold also. But now what is my requirement? I won't want that lengthy process also. So what I'll do, I'll take div. So if you see the div will be getting this background color, right? Now what is my requirement for paragraph also? So you just take a comma and give the paragraph. See, paragraph is also getting affected. So now bold also, you take comma B. So like this, comma B, like this. Okay. Means what is happening? Just by using comma, we can apply the CSS among the dissimilar tags. It's not like we cannot use the ID names here. If you are having any ID comma hashtag demo, you can use like this also. It will be working. Okay. Suppose if you see, I'll take here another tag that is like EM. I'll use CSS. I'm giving and here EM and I'm going with ID here demo. You see for this ID also it will be getting affected now. Okay, like this means among the dissimilar tags also you can use, and among the selectors means the predefined selectors what we are having, class selector, ID selector, among them also we will be able to use this. Okay, so now let us go with the universal selectors. Okay, so universal selector, when we want the same kind of CSS for whole web page, then we need to use the universal selector. Okay, means in which case do we use it? Means whenever we want the same kind of CSS for our whole web page. Okay, so now here what is our requirement? So here it can be called by you can go with star, means star operator, or else you can use the body tag also. Okay, directly it will be applied. Okay, directly it will be applied. So here let us try that. So means in which case do we use this? Whenever we want the background colors and whenever we want the background images, in that case we will be using this. Okay, so let us take this star operator and give, let us go with BG background color, and I'm going with steel blue. Okay, you save it and refresh. You see what is happening? Whole background color is getting changed with the blue color. Okay, here whole background color is changing with the blue. Okay, so now you can also go with the body. Okay, you save. Okay, I'll give some other properties like here. I'll go with sky blue. Save and refresh. See, background color got changed again. Okay, so means what we can understand here, whenever you want this, means for whole web page you want the same background color, in that case we need to use this universal selector. Okay, so here make a note of these all the points, it will be helpful for you, and just you write on the examples for that also. Like whenever you complete the ID selector, just you here you down you take a note how to call the ID selector and how we are using. After class selector, you take the class selector, group and universal also in the same way. Okay, so here this is about the selectors. Okay, so now in the next session we will be discussing about the templates and the background images very deeply, and we will create a beautiful layout also. Okay, and we will discuss more about the forms and the tables also. Okay, thank you. We are going to discuss about the float property, and we will design a basic template using this. Okay, so here template one I'll do dot css, it got saved, let me do it, dot html. Okay, dot html. Okay, template one I will make it here, template one. Fine. Okay, let us take this structure here. First, I'll tell you the float property. So when do we use and how do we use this float property? First, I'll go with the div, and here for this div, I'm giving a class demo I'll take, and here I'll take another div and go with this class selector demo one I'm taking. So yeah, I'll take a style sheet. Inside the style sheet, let us go call the demo, spelling mistake, demo, and now width as 250 px and height as 250 px, and now some background color, I'll go with some steel blue. Okay, and let us save this, open it in browser. Fine. Okay, like this. So now whenever I take the next div here, same, I want to create a square, another square demo one, but I'll use a new blue, another color here. I'll go with the blue, save and refresh like this. Now, what is my requirement? I want to take this div to the side. Okay, I want to take this div to the side of this div. What is happening? Div is a block level element, right? Div is a block level element. So now here, what we need to do, we need to represent this next to the next block level elements, and what will happen here, it will occupy the 100% width. Okay, so even though we are manipulating it into 250 px, internally it will occupy its 100% width. That is the reason next element will be moving to the down. Okay, next element will be moving to the down. So here let us take let us do apply one property, that is float. Okay, so float left I'm giving. Okay, what is this float property? You need to apply it for both. Okay, so whenever you use this float property, the block level elements will be arranged side by side like this. Okay, block level elements will be arranged side by side. Means why we are using it here? It is used to arrange float property. It is used to arrange the block level elements side by side. Okay, we can also use float left and float right. Okay, float left and float right. Okay, remember this point. Whenever we use right, what will happen here? It will be moving to the right. Okay, so here I'll tell you that also. Let us go and let us take the right. Remember, you need to give the both values should be same. One right, one left, it will not work. Okay, so refresh like this. They will be moving into right. Okay, like this. Okay, fine. So by using this float property and our basic CSS and basic templates, like basic properties, we will create a basic template here. Okay, template in the sense just the structure we will design. Okay, just the structure we will design. First, I'll take the help of paint. So let us assume this is my main container. Okay, here I want a header section. Here I want a header section. Next, a footer section. Like this only we will divide the page structure in real time. Okay, footer section, and here uh, just a slider. Okay, I'll move towards like this. Okay, just a slider like this. Like this we need to design now. Okay, let us apply the colors also. It will be easy for us for understanding. Okay, fine. Mm. Okay, like this we will create a UI template. Okay, this is just an example. So first let us work on it. So first, before going to that, how many divs do we require here? We need to use the nested div concept. Okay, nested div concept in the sense div inside the another div. Okay, so inside the main container we are dividing it into header, we are dividing it into content, and we are dividing it into the footer. Okay, once I'll tell you, then you will only understand how to use these concepts. Okay, how to use these concepts. Fine, so let us move on to the page. I'll remove this. First, I'll take, and I'm going with a div. Inside this, I'm taking the class name as main container, main underscore container. Okay, so let us give the CSS for this dot main underscore container. Let us go with the width should be 100%. and height I'm doing it as 600 px. Okay, and next background color to red. Even it will be not represented. That is the reason I'm using. See, this is my okay. It is height is very small. Let us change it into 800 px. Refresh. This is my 100%. This is my main container now. On to this, we should overlap our header, footer, content. Okay. So let us try that one. So inside the main container, we are taking another div. Okay. We are using the another div. So here I'm taking it into header. Okay. So now I'll give a class name for this as header. Okay. So dot header I am using. Dot header. So here width is 100% for this also, and height is like I'm using 50 px of height, and one background color I'll use one background color here to yellow. I'll take, okay, yellow, and save and refresh. See, header is perfect, right? So now what we want the content. Okay, we want the content. So now, if you see in our image, content is divided into two parts, left and right. Means first we are taking our main container. I'll change the color. First we are taking our main container. Okay. So inside this content is there again. This content is dividing into two parts. Okay. Like this we need to work. See. So now what I'm doing, I'm coming outside the header. Okay. I'm coming outside the header section. So here I'll use the div tag. And in this, what I'm taking a class name as content. Okay. I'm using a class name as content. So now if you see this content, again, we need to divide it into two parts. Okay. So here again, I'll use this div, and div is like class left content I'll take. And after that div, I'll take it as class right content. Okay, right content. Okay, so let us save. Here if you refresh your page, no difference will be coming, but internally what is happening, another container has been come above this. Okay, so if you want to check this, dot content I'm going. Okay, dot content, and here let us go and let us apply height and width. Wait, I'll take it width to 100%. And here height 50 px of main container, it is already occupied. And 50 px is for what? Footer. Means 700 is left out. So we are using 700 px here. Okay. Why 700? Because actual height is 800. 50 px is for header. 50 px is for footer. Like this. Okay. We need to divide our page structure. So now background color to blue I'll take. Save and refresh. See, onto the red, blue is getting. Okay. It is very dark actually. Wait. Sky blue. Refresh. Okay, like this. Okay, so now here what we need to do, let us go on this div. We are having two divs now, left content and right content. Okay, so left content and right content, left content and right content. Let us go and let us go dot lc. Okay, lc left content width is small here. If you compare this, left content width is like 30% and this right content is 70%. Let us take like that only. So here width left content is like 30%, and your height how much is left out? 700 px. It should be 700 px only. Okay. Next, here background color, background color. I'll change it with steel blue. Okay, save it. If you see now, this blue will be occupied. See, 70% is occupying. So you can think again, we want, why do we want right content here? Already it is displaying, right? But we need to take, because this is our background layer. Onto this, we need another layer here. Okay. So now what we want, dot RC, right content. Okay. So width is how much is left out? 70%, the width is left out. Okay. 70% of the width is left out. Okay. So now 70% you take, and height is same only 700 px. And now background color, let us change it into Indian red. save. And how they'll display onto the blue color, what it should come now, it should come with red color. But if you see, it is going down. Why it is going down? Because what is happening here? It is a block level element. Even though it is occupying the 70%, 100% is occupied. So what we need to do, just I told, what we need to make here, we need to use the float property. For which? For left and right content, because these both are side to side, right? So here you take the float left, and here also you use the float left. Okay, save and refresh. Now it will be side to side like this. Okay, so now again we need to take the footer also. Okay, again we need to use the footer section also, it will be fine. So now again we need to take another div here inside. If you see, this is our main container and this is our header. The structure is very important. Okay, outside the header we are taking our content and dividing it into two types, and here I am closing the content. This is my main container. Now I am coming outside the content, and again I'm using another div and applying the class as footer. Okay, applying the class name as footer. So now let us go into the CSS. If you see, HTML is very simple, but CSS is only very huge here, because they are also very simple properties only, not too complicated. Footer. And now let us go with the width. Width I'm going with 100%. How much the height is left out? Height is left out 50%. Okay, means 50 px. If you take more height, what will happen? It will overlap the main container. Okay, no problem. It will overlap the main container. Okay, so here 50 px I'm taking. So here background color, I'll go with some orange. Okay, save and refresh. Like this, we have created a simple layout. Okay, like this, we need to make a note. Okay, hope you have understood this. So how many divs do we require here? If you see like this, how many divs? 1, 2, 3, 4 divs only. But if you see main container, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Totally 6 divs we required here. Totally 6 divs we have required. Two are the containers. One is the main container, another one is the content. Okay. So like this, hope you have understood this one. I'll give you a small task based on this. Try to complete it. You take another line here, like menu bar you need to take. Okay, this is the square. I have to tell you this. Okay. Take square like this and create two images here. Insert two images by using HTML like this. Okay. Space should be properly arranged between two of the elements. Okay, and two should be in the same size like this. Okay, two should be in the same size. Like here I want the image 1 and here I want the image 2. Okay, like this. Leave about the color combinations. Okay, image 1, image 2, and here you try to take the anchor tags. Okay, here you try to take the anchor tags, means here about us, here you take about us name, about us, home page, and here explore. Three buttons. Okay, by using anchor text. Okay, if you click on that, another page should be navigated. Okay, another page should be navigated. So like this, you try to create. If you're not getting, I'll tell you in the next session. Hope you have understood. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome back to PR Softwares. So now in the previous session, we have discussed up to the types of selectors available in the CSS, right? So now in today's class, we'll discuss some more properties regarding the CSS. Okay, so let us save our file. So yeah, I'm going with hello.html, the file name and the extension. Yes, I want to replace it, no problem. HTML title. Okay, first let us discuss the borders here. Borders. Okay, fine. So here I'll take a paragraph tag, p tag, and I'm taking a text in that hello everyone. Okay, hello everyone. Let us save our file and open it in browser. Hello everyone, it is representing. So what is mean by borders here? Borders here like the outline of the text. Okay, the outline of the text. So let us go with the inline CSS. So how to take the inline CSS? In previous class we have discussed. So that is the, just we need to open the style sheet. Okay, so style sheet, and here we need to take our selector, right? So that is, so here I'm not having multiple tags, so directly I'm giving my tag name. So if you are having multiple tags, what we need to do? We need to go with the selectors. You can use the ID selector or the class selector also. Okay, so I'm giving the tag name, and here I'll take the text align into the center. Let us save and let us refresh. The text is into the center now. Okay. The text is into the center. Fine. So now what I'm doing, I'll apply a background color for it. Okay. Background color. I'm going with wheel, it is not there. I'll go with Indian red. Save and refresh. Fine. Okay. So now I'll apply the borders. Okay. First, I'll tell you the single shorthand property here. That is, I'm going with directly, I'm calling the border here. Okay. I'm not specifying whether it is border thickness or border color or border style. Okay. So in single line, we can specify everything. How it is possible? First, we need to take the border thickness. Okay. So here I'm specifying 5px. Okay. So let us save and let us refresh. What is happening? Did I got that? Did I got the 5px of border? No, right? So here next, border style. First value is for border thickness. Next is border style, solid, and let us save, let us refresh. Now we are getting the black color 5px thickness of the border from the sides. So you can ask here, sir, we did not specify any color of the border, right? So how it is working? Remember, the default color of the border is black. Okay. If you want to change, you can. I'm giving here red. Save and refresh. See, red color border we are getting now. Okay. So let us try to do some changes here. I'm going with, in place of 5px, I'll give 2px. Okay. So let us save. See, the thickness got reduced here. Okay. The thickness got reduced. The border is there, but the thickness got reduced. Okay. And next, in place of solid, can I use another style? Yes, we are having many styles here. Suppose I'm going with double. Okay. Going with double here. Let us save and let us refresh. If you see, I'll zoom in. Here we are getting the two lines. Okay, here we are getting the two lines. Let us change the background color to sky blue and let us save. Let's refresh. See, two lines we are getting here. Okay, fine. Solid in the sense single line only we will get. In place of red, I'll take here blue. Dark blue will take, give a semicolon like this. Okay, like this we can specify the styles of a border. So you can make a note, this is the shorthand property. Okay, this is what? This is the shorthand property. So now my requirement is, like, we are having four directions, like from the top, from the left, from the right, and bottom. So in each side, we need to have a different style and different color and different thickness. Is it possible? It is possible. How we can do? So here we need to specify the site. Okay. So here this is shorthand property. Okay. From all the four sides it will be applied. So I'll comment this. So here it will be applied for all the four sides. Okay. All the four sides it will be applied. Next. Here what we are doing, I'll specify that I want only the border top. Border top I want. Now what I'm doing, I'll take 5px and I'm using dotted, sorry, dotted, and here I'll change the color to red. Okay, let us save and let us refresh. See now what is happening? From only the top, okay, from only the top, we are getting the border of dotted style with how much? With 5px of thickness. Okay, like this. So now let us go with border left. Okay, border left as 7px I'm taking, 7px dashed. Okay, left is very small. Here I'll use the previous style, solid, and the color is like yellow. So save and refresh. See, if you see the solid style we are getting here. Okay, next, here border bottom, we will see border bottom as 10px, and here we have seen dotted and solid dashed, we will see. Okay, dashed, and here the color is like blue. Okay, save and refresh the file. See, from the border we are getting this dashed style. Okay, and right is left out. So let us go with border right, not radius, right? I'm going with 5px again, and here dotted, solid, dashed, and which side is double is left out. So double, and the color I'm mentioning black. The default is also black only, no problem if we mention also. See, from the right hand side, we are getting the double style with the black color. Okay. Like this also, we can specify the values. Okay. When we want the different styles for different site. Okay. So now my requirement is like not like this also. I want to specify the thickness, the style, the color individually. Okay. I want to specify the thickness, the color, and the style individually. Okay. Here also it is possible. I'm going with border width. Okay. Border width is what? Border width is the thickness. Okay. Here I'm mentioning 5px. Okay. 5px I'm mentioning. Now here I'll go with border style. Border style as double. Okay. Border style as double. And here again border. What is left out now? Border color is left out, right? So border color. Not 1 minute. Border color is left out. So now here what we will do? Here we will specify the border color. Okay, here we will specify the border color. And let us go and let us give the border color as red. So let us save and let us refresh. See, from all the four sides with 5px double style border we are getting. Okay, double style border we are getting. So here also it is working for all the four sides. By using this property, can we apply it for multiple sites and multiple ways? Okay, means multiple tiles also and multiple colors. Yes, it is possible. First, let us manipulate the size here. First, 5px and 10px I'm giving. So let us refresh, save and file and refresh it. See what is happening? The left and right side are getting affected. Why? Because here I'm passing the two values. So whenever you pass the two values, the first value is applicable for top and bottom. Okay. The first value is applicable for top and bottom. And the second value is applicable for left and right hand side. Okay. So now, fine. So here also double and solid I'm given. Okay. So what will happen here also same. The first value is for top and bottom. Second value is for left and right. Here left and right is affected by solid and top and bottom is affected by double. Okay. So in color also we will see red and blue I am taking. Okay. Save and refresh. See the first top and bottom is double and left and right is solid. Okay. Here blue color. Fine. So if we take four values, what will happen? Suppose here I am using 3px and here I am using 8px. Okay. And here solid, double, double, solid, dashed, and yes, and what we have next? Dotted. Okay, red, blue, green, and orange. Fine. Let us save our file and let us refresh. See, file not got saved, I guess. Yeah, it is not got saved. Save now and refresh. See what is happening here? From four sides, we are getting a different style and different color also, right? How the styles are getting affected if you see 5px. 5px, where it is affecting, let us understand. Here in place of 5px, I'm giving now 10px. Okay. Save and refresh. Which size got affected? Top is getting affected. Okay. Means the first value is for top. Okay. Second value. So here, if you see like this, it is now here in place of 10, I'm going to give 5. Okay. So which side will reduce? Which side got reduced here? Right hand side got reduced. Okay. Means the second value is for right. Okay. As I'm telling, you make a note also, it will be easy for you. Next. Now here, let us go to our web page and next, let us change 3px. Okay. 3px, I'm changing it into 15px. Save and refresh. Which size got affected? The bottom is getting affected here. Okay. The bottom is getting affected. Means third value is for bottom. First value top, second value right, third value bottom. And next, what is left out here? Left is left out. And here I'm giving 5px. Have a look on the left side. The left side got decreased now. Okay. Means here to remember individually it is very difficult. Okay. So I'll tell you a small trick here. And the trick is these directions and the colors and whatever if you give individually, it will be working in clockwise direction. Okay, remember this. It will be working in the clockwise direction only. Suppose what is the clockwise direction here? Top, right, bottom, and left. If you see these four values are working in the same way, and these four also will be working in the same way. Double is what side? Top. Okay, and next solid is to the right hand side, and next dashed in is to the bottom, and dotted is to the left. In the clockwise, top, right, bottom, and left. In the clockwise direction, it will be working here. Okay, so the colors also in the same way. Okay, like this, in three different ways we can give the borders. Okay, three different ways we can give the borders. So but in real time, what do we prefer, right? So in real time, we prefer to give in the shorthand property only. Okay, because in this way what is happening, yes, we are giving the properties in the same way, but the lines are increasing. Okay, so whenever you increase the line, the page loading time will be increased, because the storage is more, the page loading time will be increased. That is the reason we use the shorthand property only. Okay, this is the shorthand property, and this is the border left, border bottom, border top, right. This is longhand property. Okay, and here we are giving the values individually. Okay, remember these values. Fine. Okay, so now let us understand some more things here. Okay, I'll enable this. Save. Okay, here I'll need to remove this one. Save and refresh. Fine. Okay, so the text is also into the center. It is good looking. Fine. Now, what is my requirement? Let us create a square. Okay, so here let us go and take width as 250 px and height as 250 px. Okay, and save and refresh. Fine. Okay, so now what I want, this is my 100%. So I want this div element into the center. Okay, into the center I want. Means what I need to do? I need to move this element. Okay, I need to move this element. How it is possible? It is possible by, means here what I want, the space between, this is my border and this is my wall of the page. Okay, this is my border of the element and this is the wall of the page. I want space between both of them, right? So means here we need to use the external space concept. Okay, we need to use the external space concept. So here for this, we need to go, let us open a new file here, margin. Okay, so here you can take the space between the wall of the page and the border. Okay, and the border, element border also you can take. So now here let us go. Let us take, after this values, text align and everything, border. Here I'm going into the between and margin I'm taking. Okay, margin 20 px I'm specifying. Okay, I did not mention any side, and I did not mentioning like how much it is. I just have mentioned how much it is, 20 px. So now if I refresh, so what is happening here? What will happen? Let us understand first. From the right hand side, from the bottom, what we are having? We are having already more space we are having. So we will not understand. So what will happen from the top and from the right hand side? It will move toward 20 px of space. Okay, it will take 20 px of space. See what is happening? 20 px it is moving. So let us increase it into some more value. Let us go and give here 100 px. Save and refresh. Fine, like this. Okay, so from it is moving from all the four sides. Remember this point. Okay, why? Because we have specified over there margin, only margin. Okay, only margin. Whenever we specify, it will be moving what to the all the four sides. Okay, it will be moved from the four sides. Okay, so if you want to specify one side, as we did that in borders. Okay, like this we can do. Okay, like this we can do here. And next here, like if you want internal space, for external space, I hope it is clear, like whatever properties I told here, like border top, and here also you can take margin top, margin left, that you practice. Okay, and next the margin is fine. Suppose if you want internal space, okay, the text, so the space between, here you go padding, and in this bracket you can take external space. Okay, next padding. the space between the border and the content. Okay, border and the content. Okay, so here you can understand it is what external in the sense, the next one is internal. That's it. All the values will be working same only. Just the difference is here external and here internal. Okay, now let us go. I'm taking padding top. Okay, padding top, and I'm giving 20 px of space. Okay, so now what will happen from the top, the internal space, have a look here. If you see, it is attached to the border. Now if I refresh, what is happening? And this is the border. Like here, I'll take my this thing. This is the border and this is the content. The space between this is now 20 px. Okay, like this, the internal space. So if you not specify this side, what will happen here? It will be applicable for 4 sides. Okay, now I'm specifying padding 20 px. So if I refresh, see, from all the 4 sides, we are all getting the 20 px of space. Okay, we are getting the 20 px of space. Okay, fine. So hope you have understood these values. Now margin, I'm going with the save and let us refresh again. Fine. Okay. So now here, if you see, I'll tell you one more property also. That is like here, if you see what we are having the sharp borders, right? Whenever you want some curvy borders, okay, here if you see curvy borders, like this, the set default is having some curves. Okay. So how to do that? By using one property, that is border radius. Okay, border radius. So I'm taking 2 px of border radius here. Let us save the file and let us refresh. See, the curveness, it is coming from all the 4 sides. Here also, and here also you can see. So whenever we use this border radius property, it will be applied for the 4 sides. So let us increase and let us understand more clearly. 10 px I'm taking. And here refresh, see 10 px. Okay, the curvy borders you can take. And if you give 20 px, it will be increased more. Like this. Okay, like this we can apply the borders also. And here I'm giving 20 px and 10 px. Okay, so what sides will be affected now? Okay, here I'll specify it is 0 px. Okay, see what sides are getting affected now. So here if you see, we how to read the terminology here in case of border radius. This is what, this is top left. Okay, this is top right, this is bottom right, and this is bottom left. Okay, so whenever we take two values, the first two, here the values will be working diagonally. Okay, so the first two values are for the top left and the bottom right. Okay, are for the top left and bottom right. Next value is for top right and bottom left. Top right and bottom left. Let me clear this. Like this, we will be working here. Top left and bottom right, bottom left and top right. Like this. Okay, two values. Okay. So here, if you give 4 values, same clockwise direction. 5 px and here again 10 px. You save and refresh. See, first one is getting 0 px. That is top left. Okay. Top left is getting 0 px. And next, top right is getting 10 px. Let us change this value to understand easily. And changing this value to 15 px. Save and refresh. So now you look only to the top right. So now you see the top right is getting reduced here. Okay, means that we can tell here the second value is working for top right. Okay. Next, this is the third value. The third value is for what? Bottom right. Bottom right, you see this one now. The bottom right is getting affected. Okay. Next, here also we will change this to 20 px. Now what is left out? Bottom left is. So here see bottom left will be reduced. Okay. Like this, you can understand the border properties. In this session, borders, the border radius, and the margin and padding properties. Okay. Hope it is clear. Thank you, everyone.